What is going on, Roland Empire? Here, guys, to give you a video. HBO Max and Warner Brothers have finally released Zack Snyder's Justice League. It has finally arrived. If you have a theater, you have a theater. If you have streaming service, you have streaming service. But the streaming service, which thankfully I'm glad that we have this certain privilege so we can get these kinds of films, and with a lot of people, release the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut. Where was I? I thought, you know what? I didn't think they would actually show it, but if they did, I'm all forward to watching it. But I wasn't fully like, I want it. I want the thing now. I'm like, if it's good, it's good. Okay, the Ultimate Edition for the BBS, that's a little bit of a history experience. Okay, if that could have been happened, like if that happened, then maybe Justice League Snyder Cut and all that would have happened. And eventually it did. They had to do a little bit of doing a little bit of the touches with CGI, probably bringing back actors. Zack had to tweak a bit. It wasn't just fully done. He had a crisis he had to go through, and now he's coming back to production, so he needed some time, which is fine. Quality over quantity. So he polished it up. It's finally out, and I finally got myself the chance to see it. Is it worth it? Is this one of the better DCEU movies? Whatever. Like I've said before, for me, I've said it, like Man of Steel, I thought the third act could have been better. I still like the whole origins thing. I really was invested for that one. Batman versus Superman, the more extended cut, that's the better one because of the flesh outs. It's nice seeing Batman and Superman, just two iconic characters. I wish they had more of a battling. I wanted to see them battle more, but it's nice for them to team up also. Like, it's just nice to, like, how would you not, it's really enjoyable for that. And then now with Justice League, that first movie, I think I've said I liked it, okay? I liked certain parts. It was fun, okay? It's not a perfect movie, but I'll own up to it. If I have to own up to it, I had a good time with that movie. But now with Justice League, how does this one do? It's like what everybody said. It's already a far better movie, okay? With Zack bringing the vision, fleshing out stuff again, like how it's been, this is familiar territory now. So he does this again for this movie. And then it's nice because Whedon and Snyder, so it's nice to see what Snyder intended. Was like, whoa, okay, yeah. And I get when certain filmmakers have to kind of bring in their own stamp and all, but realizing that this one, of the original director, I'm like, how the hell did the executives decide that kind of decision? This is still a far more superior film. Most of the parts, without it being so biased, but Zack still had the better parts, and things I did enjoy from Justice League of the other one, I did enjoy this one in Justice League. So it just evens out for me. It evens out that I was like, okay, I can there's a lot of context comprehension of many, many, many reasons. Okay, everybody else gets fleshed out, backgrounds. Definitely Cyborg, good job. Just that guy is like incredible. The Flash, judging how you see the actor, I get it, how the actor goes. I still think that, geez, the character, wow, what a very ooh, just from saving a little family to, oh my god, just helping out the heroes, saving the universe and all. It's just, man, very night and day, very night and day. I'm like, you did this with BBS. I thought we learned with BBS, and now with Justice League, we have to do this again. But you know what? There are still things that I'm like, it's a better movie. I had a good time. There's still certain kind of structures within the film. There's too much of this. I maybe think they should have cut back a bit, but I like that. Yeah, I was like, this is the vision out. Give it all you got. So I still understand. There's a little bit of the criticisms of a film enthusiast. I like the film enthusiast, but the film also fan enthusiast in me. So it's a bit of both. And again, like, this still Zack Snyder giving what he can with these dialogues. It's at this point you won't be a fan if you haven't been for the other ones. Like I told you guys, I'm not like the best fan of all this. It's just there's still things that I'm like, just what went on with this, and still Zack Snyder just being still giving it what you got. Like I've told you guys, like I liked the films, but they weren't like my favorite movies of all time. So I'm just like, I'm in this now because I also have the respect of DC. Okay, it isn't as bad as people say, but it isn't the greatest. I'm really in the middle. In the sense, I'm in the middle. And did this film justify me? It justified me from a fan seeing all these things. But again, certain things of certain still character motivations are very generic. Other character motivations did flesh out. So okay, there's a bit of both in all this, but it was fun to see that the Justice League finally had a certain kind of like there was just a more of a payoff why everybody teamed up, and again how everybody served purpose. I was like, good seeing Batman do more stuff. Batman is Batman. Okay, that's a bias for me, but I'm glad Batman did more stuff for this film. And then just seeing certain things of like where it's still certain ways things lined were better. It's still the same for both movies with certain executions. I think executions, if that's the right word, but they were so done way better here. Even this little decisions, I'm like, man, it's just funny how certain films like that just make a difference. And again, like, yeah, like seeing also then how the narrative all three movies go flows better. That is perfect. That is one of the best things that this sort of trilogy has done. And just giving more time to just, exposition for these. Again, expositions though, some of them are very feel like they could have been done better to tell the story. But that's more of cramming so much stuff in so you could, and this is a 4 hour cut, and you still have to do as much as you can. But little times here and there that you needed the time to even care for this kind of film and all, it works in that sense. I'm just kind of curious. I'm like, why does it always have to be these long cuts? If you've had a quota to fill, why do you have to kind of go over it? I am curious to know of that. Like, did Zack just go against the studios originally, just wanted to make a more longer film? Why didn't you make like the 2 hour 30 minute that you're supposed to originally make? Why make this part cut? That's just certain questions. I'm not saying like follow the whole like that head lords and do what has been done. I'm just curious because of like if that's how it was being real. I don't know why it's all these complexities, but who cares? Who cares at this point? Where like he had his cut, at least he proved it. I'm just like, if you don't have to make them long like this, why do you always gotta make them? But I still had a good time with this, whether it's the Ultimate Edition, the Snyder Cut. The Ultimate Edition, Snyder Cut have similarities of how it's a similar film overall, but what's in there just makes a count. And at the end of the day, for this one, I gotta say it's still, like I said, criticisms of as the filmmaker what he does, they're still there. Those are my criticisms. As a fan and just enjoy the film, I would have been curious to see where they would have gone from here, and at least what they had. It gave me moments. Okay, not all the movies that I root for like have this like like excitement like I don't just like go like that. But this one, because of the fanboy in me, like at least the fanboy, I had certain exciting moments throughout the movie that went on with the team and just certain revelations and all, like especially like certain like revelations of like how things outcome. So yeah, I'm most likely gonna do a spoiler review, guys. We'll see. I might have to do a spoiler review. Right now, this is just the non-spoiler of what I thought of Justice League. Like I always say, these are always my thoughts and opinions. Let me know, guys, if the movie didn't work for you. Let me know if it did. If it's one of your favorite movies of all time. Like I said, this is a nice way for the fans to be pleased. As a filmmaking standpoint, you got to do a little bit more tweaking. Seriously, you got to be real just to at least be real. But I still, again, I just want to enjoy this movie as it was, and as a fan, I just had a good time and all. So it was an entertaining film. All this in the comments below, guys, now. And as always, Rolling Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.